Witcher tries to maintain an upbeat facade, but recent events in Poland are weighing her down. All hands to battle stations. New Manchester soon. What's your status, Witcher? Zadowalajersey. Everything's good to go. Okay, so far so good. As long as things keep going well. Capitan, I see another line of ships coming in from the port side. Shoot, reinforcements. We're going to need to fall back. But that's not part of the plan. We need to continue with our raid. Witcher, that plan only accounted for initial forces. We have to change things around now. Nevertheless, we should still follow our orders to the letter. That could get us killed. So could abandoning the plan now, that we're in the thick of it. You sure like to have things orderly, don't you? I'm just worried that we won't be able to fulfill our objectives now if we don't change anything. Well, my orders are that the orders for the plan are to change. But of course, harmony must triumph over chaos. If we let the rules slide, who knows where we'll end up. Okay, sometimes we can clarify the difference between objectives and plan. But it won't make a difference if we sink. Don't worry, Capitan. We have to keep our faith in the orders and our ability to make them work. That's one way to look at it. In that case, let's get on with it. Witcher, you've been in here half the day. What are you? Okay, that smells mighty good. Oh, Capitan. I was finishing up some nice kielbasa. Consider me impressed. Zakiji bardzo. Make a fine sausage when I get the inclination. The show is a lot of it, though. Planning to share it with everyone in the fleet? That's exactly it. One of my Polish sisters made a formal request of it. And, you know, some of the girls have hungry appetites. That makes sense. Still, this is a bit much. We can't have our sailors getting thin of us out here. You never know how long until you can get a good meal. Just as long as you don't drain our food stocks, too much things should be fine. What will we do with the remaining food? This is nice of you. I just want to do what I can to help out around the fleet. Mind if I have a bit, please? Go right ahead. There's plenty for everybody. Delicious. You are a master chef. You're overstating things. But as far as kielbasa is concerned, tack, I know what I'm doing. Okay. If we said the objective was to get a huge amount of kielbasa made and the plan was to use this galley, there was a fire and another galley was available. How would there be a fire? I'm very careful. I'm pretty sure you're joking. but I don't want to presume. Tak, I am. But you have to understand, I represent a nation that's on the very edge of ceasing to exist. I need to prove I can do what needs to be done in the way that needs to be done. Yeah, well, you don't have to prove it to me, Witcher. Anyway, it looks like everybody is arriving for the picnic. And someone invited guests as well. Come on, they won't hurt anyone here on my watch. How are you today, Witcher? I've read our new orders, and we're about ready to go. I'm just setting out some of our munitions. That's good. Better to do it now than have to scramble when Morgana's come calling. And speak of the devil, here's some now. Come in, Witcher? Witcher? Just a second, Capitan. I need to finish organizing the equipment down here. Look, secure anything that needs to be secured. But the basic inventory work can wait. If I suddenly shift gears now, everything would be disorganized later. I can get it done. Witcher. Don't want to mess anything up. You have a sharp mind. I'm confident you'll remember where you left off. Is it that important right now? You can be kind of slow, you know. I consider keeping every part of me at its strongest potential for battle, and I do not intend to get sloppy with it. You know, Capitan, you should watch your blood pressure. You seem nervous. Alright, I'm finished with that. If only I hadn't had to rush things. Good. Now can we get on with the battle? Don't worry, with everything fixed up inside me, this battle will be a cinch. Hey, what are you doing out here? Don't worry, I'm not shrinking. I have a few minutes in my schedule before I'm expected to. I'm not accusing you of anything, Witcher. It's just that the wind is pretty rough. Would you rather be inside? Oh no, thank you. It's okay. I'm enjoying the wind on my face. The gale that gave me my name. So you're immune to the weather? I mean, in a sense of not needing extra clothes or anything. Well, I am a little chilly, but I'm finding a bit of comfort out here. Comfort? Is something troubling you? Nothing in particular. I just feel a bit uneasy all the way out here. We're not isolated from everything. There's plenty of resources here with the fleet, and we can still find land readily enough. Tak. But we're a long way from Poland. Ah, that's what it is. You're homesick. Kind of. But that's something for another time. The wind travels all across the world back and forth, but it's always bound to reach home once more in the end. Well, we all have things we miss out on out here, but we have a job to do. You know, if you weren't out here, you wouldn't be feeling that breeze. So there's always a bright side to things depending on how you look at it. Good point. I guess that wherever you go, there are ups and downs. Anyway, if you ever want to talk about things, just know that I'm here. Thanks, but I'll be fine. I want to be able to support everyone. I can't let them down by getting depressed. Besides, there's usually enough going to keep me occupied. Even if our convoy protection duty seems somewhat wasted out without a convoy to protect. There'll be rendezvous at some point. And in the meantime, the Morgana waves never seem to end. Hello, Witcher? Witcher? Hmm. Capitan? Why so sluggish? You're always a little slow, but you seem so tired right now. Oh? I was just up all night keeping watch. It took a round-the-clock shift. Witcher? We have multiple watches so people don't have to do that. Yes, but I wanted everyone to get a good rest, so I said I'd cover for them. And so not everyone got sleep in the end. I'll be fine. What were you saying? Witcher, the rules about shifts exist for a reason. I'd expect you to be all for obeying them. We all need time to take it easy, even you. We can handle some of the burdens as well. You need to get enough sleep if you want to stay alert and protect everyone. Thanks, it's just... I want to be able to look after everyone. And elevate at least a bit of what they have to suffer. I'll make sure I get enough shut-eye. Or at least I'll keep trying. Ah, insomnia problems? I wouldn't call it a problem, but tack. Didn't seem like much of a sacrifice to offer to keep watch. If I was going to be up all night thinking too loud anyway. I'll be there. Anything I can do to help? Is it worth talking to a doctor or an engineer? I'm fine. Actually, I've ordered a few things that should help my state of mind. I really will be okay. Yeah, shopping when you're sleep deprived always makes things better. Morganas, here I come. Witcher, are you awake enough for this battle? Sure, why not? Well, you're about to walk into that bulkhead instead of the desk. Oh, well, the battle snapped me awake, so I wouldn't let things slip me by that anymore. What's the matter, Witcher? You seem upset about something. You haven't been awake for 48 hours or anything, have you? Nay, nay. I just need to clear the air a bit. How can you clear the air if you won't tell... Is that a fan you're turning on? Right, here it goes. Witcher, you have the fan on too high. It's blowing everything away. Good. Maybe that will clear away some of the smoke. Smoke? Were some of the boys lighting cigars on the brig again? So I took the necessary measures. It's for their own good. Well, I know some people say that it's bad for your health, but still. Not that. I'm talking about the smoke blowing all over the place. What's wrong with that? What's wrong? It's a hazard. That's what's wrong. We need to stay on guard for the next assault. If we keep having smoke hazing around, who knows what might happen. Witcher, calm down. You shouldn't get so worked up. INPF regulations permit smoking, Witcher. Not a single member of the state objected. It's their choice. I don't see you making a fuss when you're cooking. You're right. I still dislike it, but I should uphold my honor as a soldier and not cause such a mess. Perhaps I got a little carried away. Witcher, are you okay? Between this and the sleep deprivation event on the other day, you seem to be... I don't know. I'm a bit on edge. Oh, I'm fine. You know, I just really don't like smoke. Mm-hmm. Well, you certainly got rid of it. Or perhaps not. I can smell another strand of it out to the sea. Out to the sea? Then that smoke is coming from someone or something else entirely. Morgana's always making a lot of trouble. Time for us to clean things up and blow them away. All hands on deck. All hands on. Oof. Oh no. Ah. Are you alright, Witcher? I didn't mean to bump into you like that. I'm fine. I'm just glad nothing got hurt. I wouldn't say that. Why don't you use your hand to break your fall? Because I was making sure that nothing got hurt. See, they're all okay. Oh, you were protecting some books? Yes. I was moving them to my quarters when the alarm started, and I want to get them to safety before they're all damaged. If you're worried about something getting damaged, shouldn't you use more than a small piece of lace to tie them together? Focus on looking after yourself first. Books can come and go, but people are another story. Hurry up and put them away somewhere, anywhere. If the Morgana's sink us, it won't matter where you have them stored. I guess that you're right, in the end. Lives trump books. Still, books represent the legacies of minds, so I wish to protect them as well. Witcher. Just give me a moment. I guess I'll wait here then. Waiting. Morgana's approaching. They're secured, Capitan. Good. Now we can get on with things. My thoughts exactly. Say, what books were they, out of curiosity? We could talk about that when we have time later, Capitan. What are you waiting for? We have a job to do. So now I'm the late one. Capitan, you're just in time. Morgana's, huh? I just came up to the bridge for the coffee. Really? No, be ready. They're almost in range. What are you working on in here? Just making some traditional craftworks. Ah, I see. Some sort of paper art? Yes. It's an old art form back in Poland and other lands to the east. Interesting. Mind if I give it a try? Let me just... Here are some extra scissors. Okay, let's see what I can do. Snip. Have you been sleeping any better? Are you here to check up on me then? No, I'm here to cut up little pieces of paper. I'm just checking up on you to pass the time. Huh. I'm sleeping better, thank you. Snip, snip. It's good to have all these distractions, I think. It's not so bad when I have things to do, or when there are clear orders to follow. But when we're just waiting... it's awful. Snip. Snip, 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 snip. Well, I think I'm about finished. Same here. Why don't we compare them? Good idea. So, what do you think? I did a rough job, didn't I? Yours was amazing. I had a lot of fun. Don't be so hard on yourself. The tradition started out with carving straight out of trees, so you can afford to be a little wild with your work. I have to say, this is pretty interesting. Where should we put them? I have a spot for mine right over here, but you can keep yours, Capitan. Thanks. No, I just need to find the place for mine before... Oh, come on now. These Morganas may have a lot of bark, but they'll shred like paper in our wind. Okay, Witcher. I have the information for our next mission. What is the plan? Obviously, merchant traffic has been light lately. Morganas have de facto blockade going on near the American coast. Command is organizing a push to clear out the shipping lanes. We'll all be doing our bit on the European side. And for the time being, we'll have a little backup. That's interesting. Who? Turns out that there's a Craig's Marines group in the area, and they've agreed to help us. It's actually kind of a diplomatic coup, since the British Merchant Navy will benefit as much as anyone. Oh. I know you hate it, but take a deep breath. Well, it's good that they said they will help, but I'd rather had it been someone else. The Germans on my crew I trust, but the people reporting to Berlin? I understand, I really do. But they're sailing under the flag of the INPF, and there's a decent chance that 30 or 40% of their crew are from other nations. But the Nazis will still be able to release propaganda about helping us. And that's assuming they don't try to insist you bring more Nazi officers on board. Such a poisonous group. With the manners of a cuckoo, I would never trust them with I would never trust them with my back. Still, we'll need to cooperate to finish the mission. Can you still work with them? Why do you seem so uneasy? We can take them if they try to pull something funny. Hey, we're all in this war against the Morganas together, right? I won't be happy about it, but I'll deal with it. Where to the mobilization point? Oh, it looks like these Morganas are already found our allies. Hurry, we need to save them. Thought you didn't like them. No. But if there are any incidents on board, I would never forgive myself if I allowed them to perish. That's very noble of you, Witcher. Okay, move forward, everyone. It's not over yet. Enemies almost in range, Witcher. We're ready for them, Captain. Take that. Did I get them, Captain? By and large, yes. But the targeting seemed kind of erratic. That last salvo. Sorry about that. The wind swept my hair in my face. Look, can't you cut it or something? It's always getting tangled like that. But I like my hair this way. Okay, then stay on the bridge and out of the wind during the battle, so we don't have this trouble. But it's good to be able to respond to problems on deck as they happen. You know it is. And I like gales as well. Oh, brother. I'm sorry, Captain. I know that if I'm not the best soldier, I still try to do my best. Still, if this keeps making you fumble, you'll need to do something. What if you use something to secure your hair during fights? Like the hairnet you use when cooking. I understand. It won't stop you from enjoying things you love. Not a bad idea. That could work. Thanks for the suggestion. Anyway, I was more concerned for you, since it's giving you trouble. Thanks, but I'll be okay. The length of my hair is just the little thing. And the happiness I feel when I see it more makes up for it. Yeah. There's something to be said for hanging on to the little things. So they ask how things went during the rendezvous with our friends from the Craig Marines? The Bells were relatively civilized. We have a common enemy after all. Good. One of the human commanders told me I was a traitor to the true government of Poland. That was fun. Thanks for not throwing him overboard. Would have been politically awkward. Anyway, I can see now. What's next? Well, we still have some known hostiles in the area. If all fires here are put out, resume patrols. Don't worry, I'm very good at putting out fires. Chapter 12. Hello, Witcher. Having trouble sleeping again? Oh, it's not so bad. As long as you don't start walking into bulkheads again. I can pass through them. Were you going to last time? You asked the most awkward questions. Sorry, what are you working on there? A sketch of the stars. I see. Is it for navigational purposes or just artistic fancy? Whoever said that they have to be separate in that way? Pardon? The earliest art stemmed from our wonder at the mysteries around us, and our attempts to grasp the truth. Therefore, science, philosophy, and art are one and the same. That's a pretty interesting perspective on things. Gaze out into the cosmos, whether it's day or night. Here there is an endless mystery and the chaos that shifts depending on our current vision. How is it not art? Oh, that sounds kind of complicated. I suppose that discovering new things is its own beauty into it. The universe is such a vast place, isn't it? Yes, but every little thing has its own value, which is why we must never lose hope. Our efforts, no matter how small, will surely make a ripple in time. You're an interesting person, Witcher. Very complex. I do my best. And you are okay. Sleepless night notwithstanding. Funny you should ask. If only we could have a perfect chart on the Morganas, then things would be smooth sailing for once.
Ich denke, wir...
Chapter 13. Captain? Good day to you too, Witcher. I see that you're planting some seeds in that pot. Planning to grow some flowers? You know me and sleepless nights. I try to make them productive. By buying things. Poppy seeds aren't that expensive, you know. Even in wartime. Oh, I wasn't complaining. How many are we talking about here? Just a few at the moment. But I think they'll help lighten up the atmosphere out here. Yes, flowers have a way of cheering us up. Though you will need to be careful with them, it's rather difficult to plant for most plants to thrive out here. I know, but it's a way to make me feel at home. In that case, why don't you start with more? Better chance of more surviving longer after all. But I don't want to see all these little seeds as expendable matter. Only in their quantity. I want each of them to grow up to be nice and healthy, with quality care and love. You certainly have a love for all things. That's alright, quality is just as important as quantity. Still, if things work out, you can grow more later. Good point. Perhaps in time, we can start a garden. If the first set works out, alright. Looks like they're all planted and ready to go. How long will it take for them to sprout? 2 or 3 weeks. I think, though, some of the other bells say that they've had some luck making them grow faster. Isn't that nice, though? That just being who we are can bring life along. But if not, I can be patient. All things come in time, right? I'm not interested to see what they'll look like once they're fully grown. Relatively tall, very red, very lovely. I just hope I can protect them, everyone. Let's assume it's possible and work from there. But it is, we've got another merchant convoy heading our way. For what it's worth, our German colleagues will be rendezvousing and then escorting them until we can take the baton. Unless a U-boat sinks them and they blame it on the Morganas. You said British Merchant Navy, right? Yeah, listen, I'm not asking you to trust Berlin, but if we're talking about commanders of bells, we have to have faith that they'll serve faithfully. Otherwise, we've already lost. I'll try. Talk to me if you're having troubles with it, seriously. So, gardening, what's next? An interruption, I'm afraid. Oh, time to plant some more daisies upon the Morganas again. Ouch. You okay, Witcher? I'm fine. I just poked myself with the needle. Just try to be more careful. That's an interesting flag you're sewing up. It's of my birthplace in Cien. Or Cien. Excellent. What's the tower supposed to represent? Long ago, there was an invasion and the town was sacked, but a local castle held out. Hence the single tower. That makes sense. And the IMPF would certainly approve of commemorating that site in France. Yes, but it's just not about the place. The feeling of this flag invokes of being sanctuary in times of destruction. They're a comfort out here. Well, we have plenty of floating castles out here, so we're bound to hold out for a long time. Don't get too depressed. Things will get better. In any case, you did a great job patching up that flag. Thank you. I wanted to make it nice and neat, so that it can continue to serve as a symbol of courage. You know, this is an interesting flag, and I'd like to know how you've sewn it. I wouldn't mind seeing one of your flags for Poland another time. I have some of those as well. I'm doing my best to protect them. They're one of my last links to my homeland. We'll bring them out sometime. I know we'll get a few complaints, but they do good for morale for our Polish crew. You're right. Say, Captain. Yeah? I know it doesn't belong on the ship, but could we perhaps make a miniature battlement? Like the one in the picture? Sure. Be a nice accompaniment to the flag, though. Won't be much of a defense against the Morganas. That's where we come in. As long as we stand strong, our final sanctum will not be transgressed. Would this be a good time to ask just how many projects you have going on at the one at a time? Just out of curiosity. It's perhaps more than I more that I jump from one to the next. I mean, I finish them, but I guess it's not really in a Gale nature to stay in one place indefinitely. Excellent. Though there are certainly problems I keep coming back to. Hmm. Something bothering you, Witcher? Just looking through the mail from home. I take from your expression that the news is more bad than good. No, there's no bad news. That's exactly what worries me. I assume you're not just being paradoxical for the sake of mental stimulation. Know that things are not all right back there. We were already in a tense situation before I left, and I cannot see things have gotten better at this point. They're winning. Maybe they think they've already won. The people who claim I'm the traitor. The official briefing of the INPF issues are vague about the land war, but the Nazi side certainly seemed to be getting more and more dug in. That's why I wanted the letter to say more. I hate being in a position of not knowing what's going on. Well, they'll say that no news is good news. Perhaps they simply do not wish to trouble you with the extra burden out here. What if you work to communicate more with them as well? It's a two-way street after all. I see. If I keep stronger ties with my home ports, they might in turn reciprocate the favor. Thanks for the advice. In any case, I wish I knew what was happening back at home, good or bad. You must be really worried. With so many of us gone from home, who's left to defend Poland? Hey, we're still defending Poland. I know. Even if I can't be there to protect my nation from human madness, I can at least ensure that other threats never reach the harbours. Right, these Morganas are going down. Captain? Hello, Witcher. More sketches, I see? Yes, but these are from a while back. Got it. A lizard. Did you see the real thing yourself? While I was stationed at Medaria in the Atlantic, few found their way aboard. Well, you did a really good job capturing their physical details and its vitality. It almost looks like it could jump off the page. I wanted to record the archipelago's unique features and posterity. I thought I might do the same with little parts of Poland. Draw pictures of home. But I think it's beyond me today. Not in the mood? Not in the mood. So I just look at old sketches of happy little lizards. I take it you have happy memories of the Medaria overall. I do. Islands are so interesting. They have their unique cultures and stories. It's too bad they're so easily threatened. Such a shame. Well, we're entering the age where no place is truly an island anymore, for better or worse. Opening up to new things can be good, right? It just means that we have to work hard to protect as much as we can. Exactly. Even the smallest things have their own value, so I want to help ensure that they can all continue to thrive as unique, precious parts of this planet. You know, we might well make our way back to the Medaria once these days. You'd give me a dockside tour. Or I could send you ashore with a camera and dozens of rolls of film. I've done worse things on shore leave. We need to keep up the work out there here first, though. Our latest convoy has gotten closer to and the Morganas aren't exactly fading away. There are some of the floating trash islands over here. Time to clean up these waters and get rid of all of these invasive species. What's the matter, Witcher? I know you're not a big fan of hearing Germans over the radio, but the news isn't bad. The convoy has escaped, U-boats and Morganas alike. From the sound of it, it's not that. Then what? Look down and you'll see. Oh, I do see. You're upset about these ashes again. Yeah, tack, tack, tack. I'm sorry about that. I'll tell everyone to call off the barbecues. It's okay. It's just who I am. What do you recycle about smoke and ash anyway? Besides it reducing visibility and causing respiratory issues, this makes me think of death. Death? In the olden days, men would have had their remains converted into ashes and then sealed in urns. And the smoke reminds you of that? Exactly. It's not a very logical fear, I admit. Sorry that I'm making a fuss about it. Well, we all have our own philosophies on life and death. Perfectly fine for you to have your own view. But you're right, smoke can be hazardous, so we need to be careful. Just know that with all of us here, you should need not worry about death for a long time. Thanks for accepting me for who I am. Hey, we all have to learn and live together out here. What are friends for? Just remember that ashes can symbolize a lot of things. Snow, fire, life. Morgana's approaching. Yes, Morgana's too. Well, that's getting back to the negative side. Wait, what do you mean Morgana's approaching? Just like I said, over there. Ah, that reminds me of one more positive connection to smoke. When the thing's on fire is the enemy, blast them to bits. Damn it, we didn't get much of a warning this time. Our German friends? Ugh. Our German friends are supposed to have a battle group of some kind locked down to the west. I guess these are reinforcements. Well, warned or not, we'll make do. Captain, the last of the fires are out, and I've personally delivered our injured crew members to the doctor's care. Great, keep up the work. We're making good headway here. So we just need to... Wait, over there, look. Huh. I think that's a long-awaited convoy. The German escorts must be guarding their backsides. Whatever the Germans are doing, there's still Morganas out there. If the convoy gets caught in the next wave, they'll be sunk. If there's a risk to our INPF allies being flanked as well, I won't have a say in that. Well said, even if it sounded a bit painful. I don't know if particular German sailors participated in the attack on the Westerplatte, but in this war, we're allies. I couldn't forgive myself if I were less worthy of their trust than they of yours. Good, then our current plan involves ensuring the survival of every human being within a few hundred miles. Agreed? If it's of any comfort, I think some of them would really be annoyed to hear you say that. I know it's one of the things I admire about you. Heh, thank you, Captain. I have to say, you've grown a lot, Witcher. I appreciate the compliment. Now, though, when something needs to be done, best do it rather than hesitate and lose the chance. All said, let's get alongside that convoy and get them where they need to be. And heaven help any Morganas show up along the way. Chapter 19. Hello, Witcher. I see that you're fishing. We're not going anywhere while the convoys sort out the mechanical issues, so why not? Sheer frustration? I mean, you've gotten any bites so far? Nah. The day is still young. I've only been out here for a few hours after all. Only a few hours? She says. I have to say, you must have the patience of a saint to wait that long. Oh, it's not that much trouble for me. I enjoy this sort of activity. Don't you get bored? Bored? Never. This is an opportunity to let my mind drift and contemplate life while staying alert in the slightest tug, of course. Huh. I guess anything can be interesting depending on how you look at it. Boredom comes from people not paying attention to life's beauty. So it's kind of grating when you don't have much to look at catching anything. Plus you're the kind of person who keeps at it once you get started, right? Well, when you're finished, think you can cook it up some good sausage? Sure, you know I'm always ready to make some good sausage. But sure, you might want to call off your fishing trip for a moment. Why? I see some ripples, so I may have better luck soon. The ripples are exactly it. There's a Morgana past the fog. I see. Can't be helped. I'll just reel in my line and then we'll be ready for fight. At the rate you're going, you're better off just tying it up for the moment. Not like any fish are going to stay around at this point. Witcher, what are you doing? The whole galley is flooded with meat. I can't even get inside. Of course you can't. How else could I make the mess hall all into a kielbasa? I know that you like making kielbasa, and I know you want to show hospitality to our convoy friends, but this is too much. There's got to be thousands of. Actually, this is just one sausage. One sausage? How is this one sausage? How would you make one large enough to fill the whole mess hall? No, silly. I'm going to make the cafeteria into a kielbasa. Okay, and... Captain, I don't think you've grasped my meaning. Wait, you mean... Yes, this is just the filling, and the room itself will constitute the casing. That is a little extreme. Oh, we eat, though. I have to say, this is quite the unique recipe. Out on the deck, there's plenty of space out there. And if you can feel the wind against your neck. And the best part is that current weather conditions will let us store the food for a while. And cook it back up when needed to. That's good, because we'll need to deal with an enemy patrolling right now. I understand, say. Want to see me make kielbasa out of Morganas? Just as long as I don't have to eat it. I thought that was what was happening. Damn it. Why didn't you tell me until now? What's wrong, Witcher? Just got more news from home. This time, well, it's not good. I see. Do you want to go back? Nah, I would be abandoning all of you out here if I swore an oath, and I swore an oath. But darn it, why did they let this happen? Which part of it? Sending me away. So I have to agonize over helping Nazis. There were only a few of us, enough to count on one hand, defending the harbors. So why did they send me away? They need me right now more than ever. At least you know what's happening now. At least he told you. It must hurt a lot, but if you need anything, we're all here for you. The Kriegsmarine isn't actively involved in the land war now. Though you really are where your people need you. Thank you. You're very good to me, Captain. Don't give up hope. We have to keep faith in our homelands. That they can find the strength to hold on just like us out here. I know you're right. We're not the strongest or biggest nation, but we've survived blow after blow. Those Germans and Russians will regret crossing us. And there are a few of us who will feel the regrets a bit sooner, I think. Is the alarm about to go off? Tack. Okay, I'll meet you on the bridge. Good idea. Honestly, I could use the opportunity to burn off some steam. Oof. Hey, Captain. Do you think you could give me a hand, please? Just about getting our convoy safely to port? You've upped your garden from the flowering trees. From flowers to trees. Really? Hang on, let me get a grip on this thing. Got it. Yeah. Okay, so the pussy willow is a special tree from back home, and I think it'll be good to look out here. Great. Where are we? Just a few more steps. Yeah. Oof. Right. Special in what way? For one, it's said to protect against lightning strikes. And it's some spiritual symbolism as well. It's hoping Belle Wicher doesn't take it personally. Oh, she won't, actually. Maybe I should get her one too, just as a joke. In any case, what do you think of the tree? I'm not exactly sure the tree would repel lightning. Kind of the opposite, actually. The branches look fairly sturdy. At least now you have some extra source of paper cutting. Maybe. I don't want to hurt it after all. Thanks for helping me out, Captain. No problem. How on earth are we going to keep it from tipping over in a storm? It isn't a big pot thing, but still. I have some ideas. And the effort is worth it if it helps me remember the place I'll return to someday. Just be careful that it doesn't get in the crossfire from our fights. And it looks like another one's about to start. Ah, no. What happened, Witcher? I heard a loud crash. I just dropped a few pottery pieces I was working on. Don't worry. I'll get them picked up. The hobby of the day is pottery. Interesting. You don't need to empathize of the day, you know. Sorry, not my intent. Well, I mean, you do have a lot of interests, and you don't necessarily focus on any one of them for too long. The lady doths protest too much. And what's wrong with that? Nothing. Anyway, this is a tradition of Kashabeans back home. So I thought I would try to make some of my own. Such a shame that they're broke. The pieces look nice. Thanks, but perhaps this is a sign I should give up on this. I'll probably make another mistake. You just have to keep at it. I can see that it's important to you, so don't give up on it. Bad luck happens to all of us. You'll do better on the next try. Yes, I don't want the tradition to die. Even if I am an amateur, I will do my best to keep the art alive. Okay, I'll try again. That's great. I can't wait to see the final product. But first, I'd best pick up the shards before someone gets hurt. Good idea. Wait, are those Morganas over there? You tell me. I'm kind of busy right now. Sometimes I think you have trouble getting your priorities straight. One thing at a time, that's my motto. Well, once you're finished, get to your stations, or we'll be the ones broken. Witcher, you ready? We're going to meet up with the British and French contingents for the big raid. Coming. Let's see what they have to say. You're not enthusiastic? I don't know if you remember, not long after you took command, we had to talk about I think it was plans and Kilabasa, I remember. And I said I represent Poland and I need to show that I can pull my weight. I would do things exactly the way my allies wanted them done, flawlessly. And you have done. I have. I've worked with Germans, I've worked with Soviets, I've sailed halfway around the Atlantic. And what have they done for me in return for Poland? Witcher. I'm a neutral fleet captain. In a lot of ways, I'm the prototype neutrality fleet captain. I can't have public opinions about what's going on in Europe or Asia and do my job. I can only say that wars are fought at their own speed, however which we might wish otherwise. I know. And I don't blame you for being frustrated. Or for installing willow trees on deck. Or for turning the mess hall into giant kielbasa. You've done amazing work in impossible conditions. I'm sorry it had to be this way. Nobody could do more and make sure Poland isn't forgotten. For what it's worth, nobody. You really didn't mind turning the mess hall into giant kielbasa. No, but only because it tasted amazing. No, I minded. I'm just bald-faced lie. I wasn't the one who had to clean it up afterwards. Heh. For what it's worth, I think you might do well to start a new project. You know as well as I do that this life of ours is easy when we're not just left alone in our heads. And you think that will make me happier with the English and the French? Or perhaps it's just that you want more willows on deck. I really was thinking more in terms of paper crafts. I mean, I've got lots of forms and I wouldn't mind just taking the scissors too. Another time maybe. We have different distractions at hand right now. Say, Captain, I've been thinking about things. Like what, Witcher? On the nights when I don't sleep, I've been wondering what my purpose is out here, away from my home. I'm not as strong as the others, or as fast. You don't have to be the strongest or fastest. Oh, I know. For a while, it seemed like I was just being the most dutiful I could be for the real answers. But now I think I have to show some initiative too. If this is an extremely polite way of saying that you're about to mutiny. Ha! Aye. But I mean, take up bigger projects. The other day, I think we were talking about ways to keep myself occupied, but I didn't want to be purely self-involved. I want the world to be better. For a start, with your permission, I thought I might build upon a library. Our library? Make it a forum for discussion and repository of, well, culture. For all of us, if we each share some of our local stories and work together to protect them, our heritage can live on. That's a great idea, it really is. And I hope it's just a start. I was wondering, do you think you might help me with some of these plans? Ah, well, back to plans. With me, it always comes back to plans. You should know that by now. I wasn't complaining. Of course I'll help. What good is a captain who lets the ship do all the work? Thank you, Captain. It may not be a path of glory, but still one that will leave an important mark on history.
Tak,